Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a year since I posted my last video. You guys have been asking a lot of questions on my process of moving and what's been going on. I haven't been able to answer those questions, so this video is definitely well overdue, and I definitely want to give you guys those answers that you're looking for. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment below if you have any more additional questions. But let's get right into the video. Before I start answering the question that you guys did have, I did come up with 6 tips, or I would say advice, on my process of moving. So I want to kind of go into those. The first one is saving money. You really can never save a lot of money to move. You gotta just pretty much go with the flow and save what you can save. Make sure you set a goal on how much you want to save. It's really hard because you have to understand what place you're moving to, as far as like the state, the city, what's the expenses. Like, you have to look at those things. So everyone's goal is always going to be different. Your goal is not going to be the same because it's always what you're looking for, what kind of place you want. So those are some of the things that you want to save money for. You want to have a reason of why you're saving the money. So just kind of keep that in mind, what you're saving your money for, and not just saving this much, and when you get down there it's not even enough. Also, number 2 is make sure you visit to where you want to move to, because if you don't know the area, you are going to be highly upset. You're going to want to move back home and all that stuff. So make sure you look at the area, check it out, go with somebody, just kind of like, look at the ratings, look at the crime ratings, look at the schools. I don't know if you have any kids, so make sure you're looking all to that stuff. So visiting the place where you want to move to is very important. 3 is setting a date. And also I kind of put in there finding a job. So when I say setting a date and finding a job, whenever you set that date on when you move, when you're applying for jobs, this is the date that you give them, that, oh, I'll be in town this time, or I'm moving around this time, so they can maybe do, interviews, like, Skype interviews, or however they do it, video interviews around that time. So when you get down there, you can schedule stuff, for like face-to-face interviews. So setting a date and finding a job at the same time could be the best option. That's what I did. It didn't work out that way, but that's okay. A lot of people ask me, did I move into a hotel? I did, but we'll get into that later. The next one is the 4th one. Make sure you know someone. I would say at least know one person where you're moving to. Someone that you've known long enough, not just a couple of weeks, not just a couple of months, but at least a year or more. Make sure you know someone, because you don't want to go somewhere where you don't know anybody yet. Like, I know you can make friends, like, as the time comes, but you gotta know somebody. I moved with my boyfriend, so it made it easier for us because, we're together, so whatever. That made it easier for us. So if you want to move with your sister, your brother, your family, your cousin, best friend, that's probably the way to go. Or if you're a family, if you have kids, that's much easier. You don't need nobody but y'all. So make sure you know somebody. Number 5 is make sure you read the laws and do your research, because the laws here in Florida are completely different from what they're in Indiana. That's just given. So make sure you do your research, especially on that kind of stuff. When I say do your research, like, make sure you look at like the insurance, because everybody knows the insurance in Florida is high. I'm talking about car insurance. It's not how it was back home. A lot of stuff is completely different here than it is back home, and I've learned that over the year. So make sure you do your research, and make sure you do your research on the laws as well, because the taxes here is different than what it was from where I'm from. So make sure you do your research on that. The 6th one I have is stay motivated and be happy, because if you're not happy, you're not going to be motivated. So like, make sure you're doing this for a reason. Like, keep that in the back of your head, that don't give up, just do it. A lot of people just say, before I even moved here, we were supposed to move, I think it was like June or July. We moved 2 months, no, a month. Yeah, we moved the month before. No, we moved 2 months before our due date that we wanted to do, because I mean, it was like, what were we waiting for? There was nothing to wait for. So like, just do it. Don't think about what people say, or if your family or whatever, just do it for you, because it's you that's moving. It's not everybody else. So you do want to look at that kind of stuff. I did have some questions that I wanted to get to really quick. One person asked me, did you stay in a hotel when you first got there? How long did you take to find a job? We did stay in a hotel. We stayed in a hotel for a month. I personally didn't have a job. My boyfriend had a job, so it worked out in a way for us. I saved up enough money, and I was still getting money from my old jobs. Like, I had saved up a lot of PTO time, so that stuff come in handy. I didn't really use it back home, so that's the best part about it. Another person asked me, how did I find the apartment that I wanted, and what website did I use? I think it's called apartments.com is the website that I used to look for my place. So I think if you're looking for an apartment, which you should be, because I don't see anybody moving out of state to go buy a house. I mean, that I don't know who does that, but I'm not doing that. I'll leave the website at in the link in the bottom in the comments of where I found my place. Another question was, I've got these questions all over. How am I enjoying Orlando? So far, so good. Like, my ultimate goal is not to have to go back home, no matter what it takes. Like, I don't want to have to go back home. The only way that I will go back home if I'm like a penny in the bank. Like, if I don't have anything, we can't do anything. Like, it has to be really low. Like, I have to be literally slaving out here. I have to be struggling hard for me to go back home. But that's my ultimate goal. But so far, I love it out here. Like, there's some things that I dislike, but I mean, either way it go, I love it out here. There's a lot of things that I dislike at home, you know, before I came here. So so far it's good. I'm trying to get some more questions. Someone is like, they're moving from Jacksonville and they lived in Ohio. I've been applying for jobs. What can you tell me? Applying for jobs, I think that people should apply for jobs like at least 2 months in advance, 2 months to a month in advance, because a lot of jobs were calling me, and it's so crazy how it took me a month to get a job, because a lot of jobs were calling me when I wasn't even here in Florida yet. So it was like, I can't come until, like, you know, 2 months or 3 months from now, and they're like, oh, we'll just put your application, you know, on hold for a minute. And you know, it's really hard to say. So you make sure you do those job applications at least a month or 2 months in advance, or not 2 months in advance, at least a month or so. So that's all the tips and the answers that I have for you guys. I don't think I answered everything, so make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm thinking about doing some vlogs, maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it because that will give you guys a better insight on what's going on, and also learning stuff about my moving process. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. But that's it. You guys have a good one.